Hi, welcome to Mayhem News Live. This is Team Mib Lives, or Russell if you want. And we're coming back to the same format. It's going to be a while. I got my computer I'm going to get, but it's probably going to be the first week of September. So if you've missed the show a couple of weeks, you've missed that part. I wanted to tell you. I'm going to do some show coverage changes for our show. Normally we have been handling on Tuesday's show is normally an hour when we're live. But we're going to change. We're still going to be an hour, but we're going to change what shows we're covering on Monday. The wrestling broadcast, which is each Tuesday, we'll start covering Raw and SmackDown, indie wrestling, and headlines from that weekend. Our Wrestling Weekly show, which is each Friday, will cover TNA, indie, and the wrestling headlines for the weekdays. So that's what we're going to be doing. And today is, like I said, Mayhem News Live Weekly Wrestling Weekly. And today we're going to be covering mostly TNA notes and headlines. And so I'm going to introduce a new, something a little new. I'm going to do the big question. I'll have one big question, each show. So, and what I'm trying to do is get y'all to, find some way to get y'all, where y'all can be interactive with us here at Mayhem News Live. All right, we're going to start off with our TNA notes, kind of a headline and a TNA note. Matt Morgan asked TNA management for his release from his contract. Apparently he was wanted to release for a while. July 9th, TNA tweeted about the release, wishing him success in the future. Morgan stated that he had to do what was best for his family and his career. Here's the big question of this show today. Will Morgan return to the WWE? Will he go indie wrestling, as a lot have done? What you looking for? Hold on. Will he go indie wrestling like a lot of others have done? Or will he be doing something we hadn't seen yet, movies or whatever? It's a big question. A WWE return would make WWE roster take notice. Think about what he looks like, what he's looked like the last time we saw him on TV. With the beard that he had, he could join the Wyatts. Could be an entry to the Wyatt family. Just an observation. The indie scene was allow his fans around the country to see more of him. A lot of people before TNA went, on the road, only got to see him on TV, knowing wrestlers like, and knowing fans of wrestlers like Goldust. When he went to the indie scene and started traveling around the country, there was a lot of people that, they can't go to WWE shows a lot, or they're never close enough, it would take half a year's salary to be able to get a plane ticket to go see, Well, the indie scene allows them to see, these wrestlers that go to the indie scene, and I think that would be a thing for him, and then again, he could be fixing to get ready to do some movies. Matt Morgan's got that look, he's kind of built. Yeah, man. Seth is saying hello. So, yeah. Hey, go play now. Go play. Yeah. Yeah, Daddy's doing a show. Yeah. But I think, he's got a lot of decisions, to make in the next, few months. He mentioned his family, something may be going on, we don't know. It'd be good to see him again. It would be really good to see him. It would be really good to see him in the WWE. It would not be his first time. So I think it would be good for WWE right now, because if they're going to stick with the Shield being heel, they've got two major heels, so they need some. They've got two, major, heels, and I think maybe having him come in the WWE would be a smart thing to do. TNA continues to have rating problems. The 0.78 showing from last week is down from the 0.91 rating they did the week before that. So they're continue having problems with their ratings. They're doing some changes that may actually increase their ratings. One of them is TNA has made the decision to go with 4 major pay-per-views a year. This is why Destination X is coming to you this next Thursday on primetime TV. As many have said, the Super Show aspect has been missing from TNA. WWE has Super Shows where both Raw and SmackDown rosters are there. And this has been an aspect of TNA that they have not been able to share. Will the ratings show the effects? Like I said, like you say, we're just going to have to watch and see. Okay. Moving on, this July 11, 2013 Impact Wrestling show. I'm beginning to I liked Sabin before. I really did. I thought he was a great, part of the show. And, I think maybe that him getting this push that he's getting right now is good for business. And this week's show, he was all about the business. I think Sabin would make a great TNA World Champion. He has the heart. To come back from an injury such as the one he had with the torn ACLs, it's obvious that he's got plenty of heart. And, I just don't see how it could fail. We know he has the skills, he has the skills to make a good champion. And he could actually make it sellable that he could beat Bully Ray. As he reminded Bully Ray that he was the first person to ever kick out of the 3D. And, hey, that's a big thing. Okay, we had the Joker's Wild Tag Tournament. Very interesting idea. The show it shows some interesting matchups. The final results. So this is a spoiler alert. If you haven't listened to TNA or you haven't watched TNA or you don't know the results, right now would be a good time to stop this video and watch it before you listen, because I'm going to give you the results and who wins at the end. So spoiler alert. Okay. Does everybody understand that? Spoiler alert. So I don't want to get no email saying, hey, you messed up. You told everything. Okay. All right. With the final results for the gauntlet match being AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Magnus, Anderson, Rude, Kazarian, basically for the big match, and to see who was going to get 25 points, which is a big deal, especially if you already got some points. Having 25 points is going to put you up at the top 9 times out of 10. Anderson is made VP of Aces and Eights. It's kind of, we know they're kind of probably on their way out. I just don't know why it's like being made VP of a failing company. But anyway, there are some tensions in the Aces and Eights with DOC because several votes went toward, he thought was going to come toward him, went toward Anderson. So it's going to be interesting. I have a feeling that tension is what's going to end up causing them problems in the back. Okay. Ladder match with Terrell and Gail Kim has to be the best match of the whole show. The Knockouts show they are not scared of a match that is usually reserved for the guys. Have to give Gail Kim and Terrell credit. They took their hits and falls. They showed that they were not scared of this match. There were several high falls on ladders that were kind of scary, but they pulled it off. With Gail Kim, like I said, spoiler alert, actually using Terrell's hair, tying it to the ring ropes to receive the number 1 contender's contract, which is kind of weird because I've never actually seen a number 1 contender's contract. I know, hey, you're number 1 contender. Didn't know you had to sign a contract. Anyway, moving on. Way to go, ladies. It was a great match. It had a lot of high moves, and, they use the ladders pretty often. And, not to mention, they're nice looking, especially with Terrell doing the similar picture of Farrah Fawcett, behind the American flag, she did something similar. And hey, Gail Kim is beautiful. Okay, so but they showed that the knockouts are not scared of a match. That, in my opinion, there's only 2 or 3 divas with the WWE that if I was a promoter or booker, that I would even feel comfortable putting in a match such as a ladder match. As some other people said, it was not as good as the match that her and Terrell had before, but it did have some good segments. With Gail Kim getting the number 1 contender spot for the Knockouts title. So, which kind of makes you wonder if they're going to make Gail Kim a face, because as we know, Mickie James is now a heel. She's pretty much took on the heel role. So, and I'm pretty sure that after the match, if the cameras had been on, the people at TNA would say, okay, WWE, it's your move. Now are we going to see a match like this in WWE? Talked about it the last show. I just don't know. I could not see, AJ Lee, someone like that falling from top of a ladder. However, AJ Lee did jump. Looked like she was going to jump on top of CM Punk at one point on top of the turnbuckle. So I couldn't see, Caitlyn, Caitlyn's got the build where she could probably survive, but there's a lot of those divas. I mean, can you see the Bella Twins? I mean, I don't know if WWE will do it. I really don't. And I'm pretty sure TNA would have done it if the girls hadn't agreed. All right. Remember, all this is spoilers. If you haven't watched TNA, don't listen to this. Okay. Magnus survives the gauntlet match to get the 25 points, which he was already in the lead. So there's going to have to be a pretty good miracle for someone to pull it out and catch up with Magnus. They're really pushing him hard, and he's got a right. Okay, Saban puts the heat to Bully Ray. He turns in the X Division title to face Bully Ray at Destination X next Thursday. This is going to be on live TV. Of course, Bully Ray reminds him and says, "You're not just facing me, you're facing all of my family." And of course, right before that, I said, "Well," when he said that, I said, "Well, cue the Mafia." And of course, Sting and all of them comes out, and they're going to introduce their heavy hitter who they've been talking about all night. And of course, Rampage Jackson. Didn't really follow him too much in MMA, but now that he's made the switch to WWE, I still want to call him BA. I want to call him the Mr. T character, because that's I saw him in that movie, and now every time I see him, I just want to call him BA Barabbas. But anyway, you ever noticed that they named that guy BA Barabbas? And Barabbas was the person that was released when
B.A. Baraka.
Oh, Baraka. Is it Baraka? I always called him, but never mind. I was having a brain fart. We're moving right along. This week's headlines. After reports of TNA paying late, apparently the reports has to do with the third-party vendors, which has happened in the past. Also, TNA production size has been having problems. They are in new territory. They are traveling around. Things are a little slower between transfers and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure. This led to wrestlers being paid late, and this includes some of the big names. And even worse, some of the OVW talent who, they just survive on little. Anyway, even some of their pay was late. And I'm pretty sure that TNA's working on it. A lot of people were saying that they were paying late because they were losing money. They were talking about bankruptcy and all kind of stuff like that. Well, TNA has explained it away, but we'll just have to continue to, check on and see what's going on. Next, WWE continues to tease about the Ultimate Warrior being in the WWE 2K14. And being that they're actually talking and using the Ultimate Warrior's name, ring name, I'm wondering if it isn't true. We'll just have to watch as this game develops and gets closer to release. A lot of the gamers that I've talked to have seen the trailers. They kind of like 13 better. I don't know. I know that they've changed it to 2K14 because 2K has actually took over. But I kind of like WWE 14 better than I do 2K14. It's kind of just reminds me of a basketball game or a baseball game. But anyway, but since they're talking about the Ultimate Warrior openly, which with his explosive attitude, explosive reactions on Twitter and stuff, and I've really heard nothing from that he's even saying anything. There may be a possibility that it's true. And the question is this: if he's in this game, does that point to him coming for a Hall of Fame induction? I kind of hope it does, because if they induct him in the Hall of Fame, they can use the Blade Runners. And guess who else will get a Hall of Fame induction too? Sting, baby. Anyway, moving right along. Many are upset that the Shield Tag Team Championship match is being pushed back to the pre-show due to time constraints. Here at Mayhem News Live, we voiced the concern: has the WWE tag titles become a pre-show curse? Think back on how many times the title holders have been pushed to the pre-show. We're hoping that that's not the case, but it just seems to me that since they changed the titles to what they do now, that the tag titles do not hold as much, as much clout. Pushing them to the pre-show, I know that it's because the ladder matches are so long that they want to make sure that they don't go over, but it's kind of crappy. You're not even doing the tag champions on Raw or SmackDown, and now on a pay-per-view where they should be, fought for, you're pushing them to a pre-show that you have to watch on YouTube or some stupid app that you're pushing. And I still believe into in our hashtag that we started here, the WWE app is crap. Seriously, unless you've got a tablet or something unless you've got something like that, it freezes up so much it doesn't even work. And my wife's got an Android 4.1 phone, and it still freezes up. By the time you get to watch the video that they're talking about on Raw, they'll tell you about it before you ever get to watch it on the app. So back to the drawing board, boys. I hate to tell you, but we hope that the tag championships have not lost their clout. Been a lot of good people that have been tag champions, and it's terrible that it has dropped to this. Not just to mention that title, but how many times has the U.S. title or the Intercontinental Champion had to face someone on a pre-show? I just don't understand their thinking. Why would you put any title? You put some of the crap on that you put on a pay-per-view, and you don't put a championship match on there. I just don't see. You got to have room for all those little vignettes and those advertisements, it looks like, in the middle of a pay-per-view. Talk about a time to go to the bathroom. Anyway, Orton and his wife have gotten a divorce. It seems that he's going to get complete control of his WWE contract and earnings. He will get a big chunk of their money, along with, gun collection, jewelry, and one of the houses. Orton has reported to make $291,666 a year per the documents filed in court. Which, he's a big draw. He's a generational superstar, and everything. And there's a lot of talk about the fact that he's getting that much money. All right, moving on. Kane is injured by the Wyatts, but there are mixed reports that the injury may be an injury or storyline. WWE.com did report, that they were to announce his status. I have an update today. Sometime they have already announced that. They talked of a neck and head trauma in the report. The update is Kane will not compete in the Money in the Bank. Who will replace the Big Red Machine Kane? Now, here's my thoughts on it. Was Kane actually supposed to be from the start in the Money in the Bank, or was he put in to make it look like he was being removed so there'd be a big surprise entrance? I'm thinking, Undertaker, Batista, think about who they could put there. WWE has the grand opening for their performance center. It's a 26,000 square foot training center. It has 7 rings, a strength conditioning center, and a sound stage. And it's going to be interesting. The sound stage is there for probably making intros and stuff like that. Making the stuff you see on the Titantron, and I guess they still call it that anyway. All right, that's pretty much our information that I have for the show. We're down to get close to the end here, and I'm going to do some sponsor stuff. We've got some great sponsors here at Z-Pack Promotions or Zack-Pack Promotions on Facebook was our first sponsor. They are a nonprofit organization. They try to give money, raise money for causes, autism, Down syndrome, mainly for the families, for educational, anything they need. People with families that have family members with cancer, they try to fight for that. They've got a huge show in November, Busting for Autism. Right now, they're giving away Beyonce tickets. They were giving away SmackDown tickets. I'm not sure if they're gone yet. And it's really easy. You can buy a little magnet that says Autism Awareness for your vehicle, and then you're entered, okay? And you're entered to win the tickets. Or you can buy a spot at the show, to put on whatever you want to advertise, So, they're really cool. And anything that gets their heart, that's what they're going to donate to. So we've also got, my wife has a web page and stuff she's doing, fightdisabilityslurs.wordpress.com. That is our second sponsor. It's kind of close to my heart. But she does a blog. Like I said, our computer's down right now, but we are going to work it out where she can do a blog on her phone. But she's getting a new one sometime this weekend. So we're waiting to do that so she can do her blog on there. You can also find her on Facebook. That's Fight Disability Slurs on Facebook. Our second sponsor is also the person that helped us with our theme song, which we actually added back today. You can hear the theme song New Blood by Throttle. That's THRODL. You can also find them by using their name on Facebook. They have a Facebook page. You can buy their albums and their singles on iTunes. Just search Throttle. That's capital THRODL. Okay, they got a new album coming out. Okay, information. Oh yes, they have new information. The album's name to press time was Razor Wire Finish Line. That's pretty cool. And Fiddler Throttle will be letting us know about that stuff. You can follow them on Twitter. That's at Official Throttle, or you can follow Phil Throttle, which is one of the band members and the person that helped me get them approval to use their song. They got some good music, good heavy stuff, and if you're into the heavy metal stuff and the really tough stuff, you're really going to like it. It's really fun. Like I said, we changed the way we're going to do the show. And this will continue on when we go back live in September. Our wrestling broadcast each Tuesday will start covering Raw and SmackDown, any indie news and headlines from that weekend. Our Wrestling Weekly show that happens on Friday will cover TNA, indie, and wrestling headlines from the weekend. Okay. In September, I'll be letting everybody know we will be going back live on Google Plus. It's impossible to do a live on-air show through Google Plus on a cell phone, and I don't use a tablet, so I've got to wait till my computer's up. Don't forget to follow us. You can follow us. That's Mayhem News Live on YouTube. and all the first letter of each word is capitalized, and it has to be one word. You'll find us on there. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find the shows there. You can follow us on Twitter. That's at Mayhem News Live. Same thing as the YouTube account. Or you can follow me, the general manager. That's at TMIBLES. That's all caps. I think if you put it in small caps, you can find me too. So don't forget to follow us each week. We will be seeing you next Tuesday. If we get any updates from any of the stuff that we reported, I may do just a thing on our Twitter account. You can also find YouTube, not YouTube. YouTube's talking about me. The Facebook page for the show as well. And you can find us on Google+. So what I do is I record these shows, and then until we go back live, I post them by 5 o'clock each day. So you can actually find the link. I'll have the link on our Google Plus page. Just type in Mayhem News Live and you'll find us. Or you can type in Russell Armstrong and you'll find us as well. Because both of the Google Pluses I have are under my name. Because Google has to have a real name. Can't just go by Mayhem News. No, can't be like that. But you can also check out mayhem/news.com. I post the shows there, and mayhemnewslive.wordpress.com also has all the shows too. It usually takes me a couple of days without a computer, so try to be patient. And but we're down to our last few seconds. I just want to thank everybody who's listened for us. We are over 700 and working on pushing towards 750 viewers. I really appreciate it, and thanks you very much. I just want to let you know that this has been Mayhem News Live, and we are gone as of now.